this is Chelsea with Let's Talk. In this video, let's break down infinitives. We've talked a lot about infinitives before, so here we're going to be a little bit more specific about the different ways that we can use it. So, some verbs are followed by infinitives instead of gerunds. We talked about those verbs of preference followed by gerunds, love, hate, can't stand. Other verbs are followed by infinitives. And you'll just have to memorize which verbs take gerunds and which verbs take infinitives. So in this case, the infinitive is being used as an object. I can't afford to buy a computer. So our main verb, afford, has to be followed by an infinitive, not a gerund. I can't say, I can't afford buying a computer. Doesn't work. Gotta be an infinitive. I can't afford to buy a computer. Or, we need to get a new receptionist. This receptionist is terrible. So, need, our main verb, is followed by an infinitive. They promised to email the information. Promise is followed by an infinitive. They promised to email the information. So here the infinitives are used after some of these verbs. We can also use infinitives to give a reason why. So, I became a pilot. True, but why? Why did you become a pilot? I became a pilot to travel the world. That is why I became a pilot, to travel. Oh, our manager had a meeting. Why? Why did your manager have a meeting? Our manager had a meeting to talk about uniforms. So the infinitives in these sentences give us reasons why something has happened. Next, we can use infinitives after adjectives. So sometimes this is in a sentence that starts with it is. So it is, and then our adjective. It is painful to cut yourself. So painful is the adjective followed by the infinitive. It's painful to cut yourself. Or it's difficult to fix a computer. Adjective, difficult, followed by the infinitive. So these are the same meaning as a sentence we could make with a gerund. I could also say, fixing a computer is difficult. These have the exact same meaning. So we can say it is adjective, infinitive, or gerund is adjective. Same meaning. It is painful to cut yourself, or cutting yourself is painful. Either way, totally fine. It doesn't have to be after an it is, though. I could say, I'm sad to hear the bad news. So here I am, this adjective. I am sad to hear the bad news. Finally, some verbs are followed by a noun and then an infinitive. Verb noun infinitive or verb pronoun infinitive. So some verbs need the noun. So in a sentence like, they told me to call back later. Told is our verb. Me is this noun. And then the infinitive after that. They told me to call back later. I need to call back later. They told me to do that. So the verb tell needs this noun or pronoun after it. I can't say they told to call. Tell needs that person after the noun. After the verb. Or, Mr. Keene taught the class to drive safely. Taught is our main verb. The class is the noun. With teach, we need to know who or what you're teaching. Mr. King taught the class to drive safely. We can't say Mr. King taught to drive. It doesn't work. We need that noun after it. But with other verbs, we don't need the noun. We can have it or we can leave it out. But it changes the meaning. Get that back up there, to drive safely. Don't need the noun, but it changes the meaning if you have the noun or don't have the noun. So if I say, Jenny asked to leave. That means Jenny raised her hand and said, can I leave? Can I go? Jenny wanted to leave. Jenny asked to leave. But we could say, Jenny asked him to leave. So here we've got this pronoun after the verb asked him to leave. In this case, he has to go. Jenny is saying, hey, sir, you need to go. You need to leave. Jenny's staying, but this guy needs to leave. So with ask, we don't need this noun after it. If we have it, it's going to change things a little bit. All right, that's everything for infinitives. Down in the comments, use some infinitives to tell me why you are watching these videos. This is Chelsea telling you again, it is not nerdy being wordy. Let's talk again soon.